Okay.
Hi, welcome to our podcast. My name is Shubham, and today I have with me my dear friend and a long-time professional connection, Katija Rabayu, and she is a PSW, personal support worker, and she has tons of experience in the personal support industry. Plus, right now she is working with the Salvation Army. Katija, first of all, I would like to welcome you and thank you for taking out time for this video podcast. How are you doing?
Thank you so much, Shubham, for having me. My name is Khadija Turabiu. I have a diverse knowledge in the social service work. I studied personal support worker some years back, and I've been working with Bayshore for the past 3 years. And now I gained my social service worker degree last year, and I'm working with the Salvation Army Evangelion residents.
Thank you, Katie. So,
How are you
Katie,
doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much, Katie. So, today we'll be discussing certain things about you as a personal support worker, personal caregiver for the patients of Alzheimer's, and they have different issues like dementia and other things. As you have told me offline, that you have worked with the patients in dementia and Alzheimer's. So, first of all, I would like to start by asking how is a day-to-day work looks like when you are doing personal support work for patients with Alzheimer's.
So, personal support worker, we have two varieties. The personal support worker that work in institutionalized home, and there are personal support workers that work in community living. So, our experience differs because in community settings, you only work with one person. And in institutionalized home, like retirement home, nursing home, you work with 10, 20, depends on the residents they have in the building. So, years back, I worked in the institutionalized home, but I did not work in the dementia or memory care unit. I worked um, in the disability unit, if that makes sense. But in the when I moved to the community settings, it's different. So, working with dementia patients or people living with Alzheimer in the community settings is different because they have their good days, they have their bad days. So do we. So if they are experiencing behaviors, we give them time, we give them their space, then we keep checking on them. What do they want? What do they need? How do they think we can best support them? But at that time they are having that behavior, it is best to leave them and let them be, let them lash it out the way they want, and just check back and see what best you can do. But if they are having the behavior actually happens if something triggers them. So maybe you are playing a music that they don't like, it can trigger them. If you are telling them what they don't want to hear, or something that has to do with the trauma that they passed through, or something that lead them to the situation. So those are the triggers they come to that those are the triggers that cause that behaviors at that moment. But if you let them be and let them have their space, then they will be all right within a minute. But some people don't know that. They keep asking them questions, like, because I understand because people really want to help them. Caregiver wants to assist, but when you get to that stage that they're having their behavior, you need to let them be. Just take a step back. Think about what did you do wrong? How did we get to that place? But aside that, they are loving people. They are very lovely. If you do anything for them, they will, and they remember, they will thank you. Thanks for, they will say, like, the clients that I've worked with, most of the time they go, oh, thank you so much. Thanks for doing this to me. Thanks for doing that to me. But I understand they have their moment too. So it goes intertwined.
I get it. That's a wonderful answer. So, what I understand is that every patient is different. Like you said, like every human is different. So, I would just like to ask you, like, when you are giving them caregiving, like, people with Alzheimer's, they tend to forget stuff, and they, as you said, anything can trigger them. So, as a caregiver, what is your pain point when you are taking care of them? And because you have the professional empathy and you understand the situation better, what are your thoughts on that, your pain points?
So taking care of the one thing about PSW is not you can't do PSW because you want to make money.
Mhm.
You can't give care because, oh, you need this money, you want to make quick money. No. Giving care or personal support worker professionals or people that shows empathy and giving care to people are only doing it because they are passionate about caring for people. So what I was my pinpoint in giving care to people is just like I really want to help. I'm committed to help. I really want to do this for this. I want to make impact in people's lives.
Okay. I understand that's a very great answer, that you feel empathy and it's not all about money. But as we were doing our research, and we found that often that caregivers struggle with the emotional drain and physical drain, because the hours are really long, plus you are a professional support workers, and then there are people who are taking care of their parents and everything. So emotional drainage and I would say physical drain is a very real thing. What do you think, that do you feel emotional drain, and how do you deal with that?
So support worker in general is emotionally, mentally, physically drained. So if you are working with an agency, the supervisor would advise you that if you're going when you are going to see a client, breathe in and breathe out. Before you enter in an institutionalized home that I worked for, they'll say, as you are going into a client, before you open their door, breathe in. When you close their door, that is when you leave their room, you breathe out. Because if you listen to their story, it's so sad and you really want to help. So you take the burden on yourself and you be too hard on yourself. But when you breathe out, you let everything go. But one thing is, I think what happened when people are emotionally or mentally drained when taking care of people is because of confidentiality and privacy. Because anything you hear from the residents or in the in the whatever happened between a professional, let's say a PSW professional and a client, you are not supposed to discuss it with anybody. The only person you can discuss it with is your supervisor. And not everything. If the client doesn't give you a consent to discuss it with nobody and you see this thing, it's not harmful to herself or to other residents, then you are not supposed to discuss it with anybody. You are to log it. This is what client A said. So some people don't do self-care. So most supervisors encourage their staff to do self-care. If you think this is telling on your body or is telling on your system, go for a walk. Find things to do. Talk to professionals. Let them help you because I'm not gonna lie to you, it's emotionally, mentally, physically draining.
I get it. I get it. That's what the research has suggested, because most of the caregivers and even the family caregivers has said the same thing, that they face emotional and physical drain, like most of the times, which I totally get. So that was all like really insightful. Just before we close, do you like to give any suggestions for caregivers who are right now giving care in the industry as professionals, or they are giving to their family members? Do you have any suggestions? Would you like to give them any insights you can share with them so that they can work better?
So caregivers working in the field,
Mhm.
kindly take care of yourself. You are doing a great work, and we really appreciate you. We appreciate your efforts. We appreciate all the laughter you're bringing into our elder, all the laughter you're bringing into our seniors, our older adults. We really appreciate that. But at the same time, you need to know that you matters. Go for a walk when you're so tired. Take a step back. Think about what you've done wrong. Like, you're never wrong. Well, everybody make mistakes. Just talk to someone. Talk to your supervisor. If you need help, I'm pretty sure your agency will assist you. Just let them know what you are feeling. Don't take everything onto yourself. If you are worn out, let them know you're worn out. Take a break. Go for a vacation. Go out. Go to the movie. S- just do something. Make yourself happy. You're going to be fine, okay? Just take care of yourself and all will be well.
Thank you so much, Katie. Thank you for such an insightful session. I really appreciate. And with this, I would like to close. And thank you so much again for taking out time for this video podcast. And the insights you have shared are some really valuable key points, which I think needs to be out in the open so that people can read about it. And again, thank you so much. You have a great day, Katie. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome.